We'll discuss about the we saw what is colloid, we saw what is how we should prepare colloid, uses of colloid, but now we will see about the purification of colloid, how we are going to purify this colloid for usage of in catalytic or other process. So there are three types of purification of colloids: dialysis, electrodialysis, ultrafiltration. This dialysis electrodialysis came to know about this in kidney failure issues, etc., where we do dialysis, etc. This dialysis and electrolysis was nothing but it will filter these like extra salt, filter the unwanted salts, or unwanted materials or substances inside the colloidal substance, materials or substances inside the colloidal substances, it will filter it. That's the process of dialysis, and this is how it will purify the colloids, because we need some minerals and salts, but not all of them. So that process is done using the dialysis and electrodialysis process. In dialysis, we will use some semi permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. We will use this membrane. This membrane is otherwise called as a dialyzer. So this membrane is otherwise called as dialyzer. So we will use this membrane. We will make our substance, colloidal substance, pass through this membrane, and we will filter the liquid. We will filter the colloid to get the purified form of colloid. The liquid is passed into the bag full of semi-permeable membrane, and then the filtered substance is taken for purification of colloid. Now, this is for dialysis. In electrodialysis, what we will do? In electrodialysis, we will remove the electrolytes from the removal of electrolytes using electrolyte process or electrolytic processes, with the supply of compartments and filled with water, and the impurities are passed into water compartment, and then they are getting removed periodically. The diffusion of the electrolytes, by the when you give giving electricity, the diffusion of the electrolytes takes place. This is the electrodialysis process. This electrodialysis is faster than this dialysis process because it happens due to electricity. So the third one is this ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration, nothing but the pores of the ordinary filters. If we use the ordinary filter paper, etc., ordinary filters, etc. So the pores are removed with ultrafiltration. The pores are removed with ultrafiltration method. This membrane is made of collagen or cellophane paper. We will mostly use cellophane, etc. So this cellophane paper is used to filter the colloidal solution. So since we use this ultra filtration paper or colloidal membrane, or colloidal cellophane, or whisking, or etc., so that is called as ultrafiltration method. And we should also know about this, the purification of colloid, etc., can be done using the once we understood the properties of the colloids, the color of the everything, purification, condensation, dispersion method, everything can be done only if we know the color, what type of color the colloidal substance, or what kind of that one, whether it's a bulk substance, or whether it's from the method of preparation, wavelength of source light, etc. So that we should note the color of the, then size. Based on the size, we have to choose our parameters. Now, then filterability, whether the pore is filtered or we should crush it to filter. Colloidal solutions are heterogeneous, whether they are heterogeneous or homogeneous, in order to use our catalyst reaction, etc. Then we have to know about the concentration and concentration, density, non-settling nature, diffusibility, colligative properties, shape of the colloidal substances, whether it allows the light inside it, optical property or not, so etc. Whether it allows the kinetic energy, whether the motion is zigzag, etc. are called the property. But when it comes to kinetic property, there is a term when it comes to kinetic property of colloid, that is called as Brownian moment. That is called as Brownian moment. Brownian moment means Brownian moment. Brownian moment means zigzag movement of molecules. Zigzag movement of molecules, the randomness, unstoppable, etc. So that is called unstoppable. Is called those kind of colloidal particles. They can't move. They can't. They will. If they start moving, they will move. They will move zigzag. They will randomly similar to an entropy reaction. So those are called as Brownian moment. So in Brownian moment only we will confirm whether the colloidal substance accepts the kinetic energy or not. To calculate the Avogadro number of a particular rate of the reaction, stability of colloids, whether this colloidal substance can be stable or not. That we can done using the Brownian moment. And the electrical property, based on the electrical property, whether our surface layer is double layer, electrical double layer, etc. can be known, electrophoresis property, etc. So there are so many properties, so that we can learn about all of these, whether it will allow electricity inside it, whether it will the colloidal substances will allow light inside it, etc. Whether it will mingle with another substance, etc. Based on this property, these properties, we have to study these properties in order to improve our these purification, dispersion methods, etc. So that is all about the catalytic and colloidal substances. Then there are various applications in various applications of colloids. What are the applications of colloids? These colloids can be used in food. For example, cream, ice cream, milk, butter, etc. can be the application. And then in medicines, we will have tonics, gels, injections, this stomach ache gels, argisol, etc. for ulcer solutions, etc. or colloidal substances, Digene, etc. comes under in medicine colloids. So in industry we will use for water purification, then washing, tanning of leather, etc. Rubber industry. It is used in rubber. The milk of the vulcanized rubbers are used for the molten liquid or the colloidal substance of the vulcanized rubbers can be used for tires, tubes. Then sewage disposal. The liquids can be disposed using sewage disposal, etc., etc. So these are some of the applications of the colloids. So these are this is all about surface chemistry. So I hereby conclude this lesson. Students, study well, stay safe.